Okay, hello and welcome to Two Maggies Up Top, that Premier League podcast fueled by the Magnums. We're back again, another episode. Let's go. If you don't already know, it's your boy Hernan Kesbo, the veteran. Come on.
I didn't give the Kes Ferdinand thing.
Nah.
Straight in there.
Straight in there.
Straight in.
But you don't know it's Kes Ferdinand, aka, come on. And to my right, it's the return of Lowy Barton. What are you saying, G?
And you know, man, had a good weekend. No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
You know what?
And you know what? I can't complain. You know, I feel good. I had a good,
It's been a good
positive start of the week. You know? You know, sometimes you just have that one of them weeks that just
Yeah.
started well and it's just
Yeah.
flowing through.
Love to see it. There's actually plenty to talk about this week, you know. Plenty.
Plenty.
Well, let's start up in the northeast. Their madness going up there. So they appointed Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
What you saying? Good fit?
We spoke about this off camera, innit? I think we messaged you Eddie Howe and I thought, yeah, this is probably a much more fitting fit for Newcastle, a guy that knows what it's like to be at the bottom, to fight. Also a guy that has potential to kick on.
Yeah.
And I think it's good timing for him and a good hiring for the club, to be honest with you. I think he's a guy that can keep them in the league and then kick on.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great fit for both parties. I think for Eddie Howe, it's a massive club to come back to, get yourself back into the game. And for Newcastle, like you said, it's a man that's got experience being down the bottom end, but that's going to try and play a good brand of football and try and propel you up the league. So if we're talking about phase one, like we said, for me, this is a great first appointment for Newcastle. Actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
And also it could be potentially a great project for Eddie Howe because he could be there for a long term if he does the right things.
Yeah. I mean, look, put it this way, stay up and the possibility of endless. We go again with the transfer budget they got there. You get relegated, it's a bit sticky still, but good luck to Eddie Howe still.
Yeah, good luck.
Boy, next one, Daniel Farkas, a Norwich manager.
Yeah.
Gone. This was a funny one because obviously they've been struggling for a win all season. They get their first win, impressive win away at Brentford, and then he's sacked 4 hours later. What do you make of that one?
As I said before, these things are going on in the background for days, potentially weeks. So for more time, no matter what the result was going to be, he was going to get sacked. And for me, I don't know if it's the right decision because I look at what he does for the club year in, year out. Promotion, okay, he gets relegated, but what resources are you giving him to be able to stay in this league?
Yeah.
You know, it's not impossible, but it's very difficult for you to come to this league, not really sign anyone, and then stay in the league.
Yeah.
You know, it does happen. It happens more so probably now, but you know, it's a difficult one. He's a guy that's had plenty of opportunities, but I'm thinking more time. Why don't you just sack him at the beginning of the year then, and then get someone in who can have pre-season with him and then kick on?
The only thing I would say with him is there seems an air of inevitability with him that okay, they're going to get promoted, but they're going back down.
Yeah.
It's that cycle where I think, to be honest with you, the timing was a bit weird, but at the same time, if they do want to try and break the cycle, you slightly want to get rid of him while you're in the Prem to bring someone else in, innit? So
I feel sorry for him though.
I do.
Because his team's dead. The team's dead. The team, you look at the squad, actually his team's dead. You look at the squad in comparison to all the other clubs here, it screams 20th. Like, like if you be real with it screams 20th. So
they have signed a few men though.
But even then, if you compare it to even the squads that are down there, you still say 20th. Yeah. Like you wouldn't bet anyone up. You know what I mean? Even week in, week out, you wouldn't bet against them. You wouldn't bet them for winning. Yeah. You'd always bet against them realistically. So for me, like you finish 20th, you just par. Yeah. So anything above that, you finish 19th, I'd say that's a good season, man.
I just think with them, if we look at it this way, if we're resigned to the fact that they were going down on the Farker, you've got nothing to lose really, bringing stuff changing up in it. Do you know what I mean? So I get it, but I just think the timing was a bit weird.
And also, who's coming in? Because boy, if I hold some weight or I've got a bit of a reputation to protect or whatever that looks like, I ain't going Norwich with, man.
Well, I'll tell you one of the names they're linked to because there's another guy that's been sacked, Dean Smith, Villa, gone.
Yeah, but Dean Smith. I think Dean Smith, he done a great job at Villa.
He did.
But he had some tools. He has some funding.
Yes, what I think with him is he needed a bit of time to figure out life after Grealish because you got to think that everything went through Grealish. Yeah. even last season when Grealish was out, you're looking at the team thinking looks a bit meaty. Now Grealish is gone. They've signed a few men. Yeah. Leon Bailey's come in, meant to be a good prospect, but these men need time to settle in, and they obviously haven't settled yet. I mean, look, he's lost 4-5 games in a month. It doesn't look great, but I think he did deserve a bit more time in that
case. Not even like in the relegation zone or anything.
Nah,
I don't know. I think it's just too fast for me, man. It's too fast.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I think a good potential acquisition, but he's gone now, would have been for Norwich with potentially Chris Wilder. But he obviously signed for Middlesbrough early on in the week.
Oh, he's got Middlesbrough?
Yeah, I think it's Middlesbrough.
Oh, so Warnock's gone?
Warnock's gone.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, mad. Okay, so he's back in the game.
So he's back in the game. Obviously, that I thought that could potentially have been good. But when I look at it now, I think, okay, Dean Smith might go there, but that's a project for not this year. That's a next year project, and then going. You're looking at 2 years before you look at moving up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Dean Smith going to Norwich now.
I saw Lampard potentially as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends. I mean, Lampard, I think, is still. It's the unknown of Lampard, isn't it? Because he's done a good job at Derby, and obviously look at how Derby have fallen off since then. But then you look at the team he had at Derby and some of the mandem he had.
Yeah.
Mason Mount, Kiko Tomori. Look at the mandem that he had in the team. So he should have done well with that team. And you could argue he didn't get promotion. So he gone on to Chelsea. He's done well with the youngsters. The one thing you can guarantee with Lampard at Norwich, he's going to play Billy Gilmore. He's going to get a game in it. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know with Lampard. For me, I don't really know where I stand with Lampard as a manager. He's not really improved enough.
But also, I'm not taking that job, man. If I am Lampard, I'm sorry, I would not taking it.
You need some chance of the Prem.
You need some buffer, though, innit? You need some buffer, man. There's no buffer there.
I hear that. But where does Lampard come in now? Because for me,
I think for Lampard, he needs to come in at slight. I thought Newcastle potentially could have been a good project, but again, slightly above that buffer of relegation. I think Norwich, as I said, they're 20th.
Yeah.
So are you coming in to do what? You want to go down with them? You don't want to go down with them after being with Chelsea, bro.
I hear that. But if I'm an owner of a club now, and I'm looking at Lampard, I'm looking at it as a bit of a risk, because if I look at the pros, he's going to bring through the youth. He's going to be good with the youth players and that, yeah. But the cons is I haven't really seen it enough of him to know that he's got what it takes to cut it in the Prem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
So he's a bit of a risk to me. Like, I mean, I see that Gerrard's been linked to the Villa job.
The Villa job. I think it'd be a good job for him, you know.
It's a great job to come into.
It's
a great job to come into.
I think you've got ballers there. You're less fearful of relegation. I think the whole, listen, let's be real, yeah. The whole Rangers Celtic thing, you've done your thing, you got the league.
Yeah.
Move on. Your team's going. I think you've done your job there, and I think you've hit your peak there.
He's done it, but the thing is, for me, is at Rangers, if he can defend the title, having taken it off Celtic, it then improves his stock again.
Of course.
Whereas you come to Villa, it's a great opportunity. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to lose.
But also at the same time, I challenge you, or I challenge him as well. Okay, you go back to back.
Yeah.
And look at Celtic now at the moment, who are not even. Okay, they're rivals here, but they're not even close to what Rangers have got at the moment. Yeah. And you do it back to back. You lose the opportunity at Villa. Then what? You're waiting for the next opening. And for me,
and you don't know where that can be.
You don't know where that can be.
Villa's it's a great job.
Like, I don't know how much you're boosting yourself by doing back to back in Scottish Premier League.
I hear that, and to be fair, the Villa job's a great opportunity, because you look at the players they've got there, and the money they've got to spend. You can add a little bit of
still a big club, realistically. Still their biggest club.
It's a good. To be honest with you, I'll be looking at Gerrard. The only thing again with Villa is you sacked a man like Dean Smith, and then you're bringing a guy on potential. So again, it's a bit of a risk, but I'd fancy Gerrard to do well.
Do you know what it is as well though? At some point, I'm like, quality players like him must boost the team at some point. 100%. You look at it and you're like, oh man, Gerrard's managing us now. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm
putting it in training.
You're listening to my man because you know that he's been there, done that.
100.
You know what I mean? Champions League winner, etc. Like England over whatever caps he's got. So regardless of his managerial depth in his career, you're thinking, my man knows his thing. He knows his stuff. Regardless, he can boost us. And I think that can always be welcoming when you need someone fresh come in.
And I look at Gerrard as much more of a risk than Lampard, because for me, even though we say Scottish things, not really all that, he's won a league title, bro, and he's won a league title that Celtic held for 10 years in a row. So and you know what I mean. So he's done a great job out there. So when I look at Gerrard, I look at him as slightly up the pecking order to Lampard, because what he's shown me is he can get the best out of a group.
Yeah.
Lampard kind of did that with the youngsters at Chelsea, but
there was still quality within that.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
I think we're going to put where Rangers weren't anywhere near the title to we're winning the title.
But he signed the right man.
Signed the right man.
Balance.
Yeah. And that for me is key, man. It's key.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, I think that'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
Gerrard to Villa. So we'll be interested to see how that one pans out. Boy, the next bit of news is Czech billionaire Daniel Kretinsky has bought 27% share in West Ham. You seen that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So man's a billionaire.
Yeah, peace.
So boy, good times at West Ham. Already on.
And do you know what though? That is a great bit of business there. If you've got peas, and you want to be successful somewhere, this is the right time for them to buy West Ham. Right time.
Yeah.
Because West Ham could do the peas to spend in the transfer market because they need some depth. I think our biggest fear is you lose Rice.
Yeah.
You've lost Bonner now for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
With ACL, you lose Rice. Antonio has his hamstring. That's the core gone.
Yeah.
A bit of the core.
Is Bonner confirmed the rest of the season?
It's ACL, isn't it? With ACL is could be anywhere between 6 to 9 months on a rupture, isn't it?
That's mad because he walked off in it he walked off with the cut thing, but
to be fair, I don't know.
I guess it sent the damage. I don't know,
Yeah.
That's still. I think with West Ham, it's a good place to go right now. So if they've got the financial backing. There's players now looking at the East End of London thinking, live in London, seems alright.
Yeah.
Gives you a better chance of keeping hold of your best players like Rice and them man there as well. So it's an interesting time at West Ham actually. Very interesting time, and obviously we spoke about David Moyes plenty. It will be good to see him have some backing as well and bring in some man that he actually wants there as well. So
definitely.
Yeah, man. This one, so you see Pogba got injured.
Yeah, I saw that. He's getting some shot in it. I saw the video as well.
Yeah. You see the video he's done?
Yeah, no, I didn't see the video. I saw
so
the
he's like,
shot.
oh man, guys, I'm injured. I'm gonna come back strong. I'm staying positive, and you better smile in the video, bro. I'm just getting phone-in sick vibes from him. Like, man is gassed that he's out for the rest of the year. No Ollie, transfer window in Jan. I'm off. That's the vibe I got.
Is this last season?
Yeah, he signed the contract, innit? Yeah, he signed the contract.
Fuck.
So, boy, when he did the video, he's like, guys, man, I'm gonna come back stronger. Bro, phone in sick vibe, man was gassed. That's it. Yeah, boy, interesting times. But I found that one interesting. Boy, Smith Rowe gets the call up.
Yeah, no, we had to bring this one up there, man. Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, you respect what he's done. 100%. And for me, if you look back at kind of the last 12, 18 months here, where he's come from being a guy that was very injury prone, couldn't get a break from injuries, to now someone who is really been a success, been one of the first team on the team sheet. Bro. Like,
you got to think.
For me, and when I saw the England squad, I was like, stop doing this, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, no, listen, big up Marcus Rashford. I'm thinking, bro, you ain't playing football.
Yeah. Southgate's obviously got his favourites.
Like, that's cool, innit? Like, I know you want the kind of the old heads as well, and you want to mix with the youth. But
Maguire and Mings. I mean,
but the Mings thing, Ken. Shout out Mings, man. Like, big up Mings and that. But at the same time, I'm thinking the form's been poor.
It's been poor to the point where you've even dropped as captain from Villa.
Bro,
and you're still walking to the England team.
Yeah. Like, and to be fair, he's not let the team let England down, innit? No. I get that, but what are we basing on? Past experience or
this is what I'm saying, because if you're a youngster now coming up and trying to get into the England team, you're thinking, really? Like, I'm playing ahead of my man now. And I look at Callum Hudson-Odoi, for instance, who they're trying to send him to the 21s and he's refused it, innit?
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he's refused it. Yeah. So obviously he's looking, because obviously he's done the 21 thing. He went to the 21s last time actually, but he's kind of thinking, nah, I'm not doing 21s again. So now he's considering Ghana strongly, I'm hearing as well. I hear that, because when you see Mandem, you're trying to get sent to the 21s again. And you see Mandem just getting in
23
there.
Yeah, you're 23 now. You're
like, yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, but Smith Rowe definitely deserves a call up. Definitely deserves. Like, I was like you, when I saw the squad and I saw him winning, that's thinking, I don't know how he's leaving him out. There was calls for Ben White as well, and he's played well. But I was more annoyed with the Smith Rowe thing not being in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so good to see him.
Because regardless, I always think there's importance of having them guys around the squad. Regardless if you're going to play them or not.
100,
I think it's important for them to gain some experience in and around the squad, what training is like, etc.
Yes.
So instead of just throwing them in the deep end, Like, listen, realistically, Smith Rowe ain't gonna play. You know what he's gonna do. He's gonna play his usual man against Albania or Moldova, whatever we've got these days. Yeah. Where realistically, even with the 30 England, yeah, we should be able to brush up any of these teams in qualifying. So I just think having experience around the squad, around the man, and around the gaffer and that, you should be able to, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's a great point, you know, because what I like is bringing in these young men in these little, give them the international experience on these little qualifying games.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the mistake that England made with Walker back in the day, and I know it's a different time, when he's getting called up to the squad at 17, yeah. My man never recovered from that. All that hype and that expectation. Yeah. He's been dealing with that from then. Yeah. Had he have come in and played against a couple Andorras and that, and because you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because everyone was expecting flipping Pele when they see the 17-year-old guy in the squad. Do you know what I mean? And boy, we never saw Pele and Walker. Big up Walker still. No. But this guy had 10 years of coming through and still never came. But but good to see Smith Rowe in the England squad.
I saw more different style haircuts than I saw quality because it's the performance. So boy, this is.
So next thing, it's not vitally important, but I thought I'd just touch on it. So I see the Premier League refuse permission to clubs. So they wanted to do this campaign in sport charity where they wear away kits on Boxing Day. Away kits on Boxing Day to raise money for homeless charities.
I didn't even know that.
And Premier League refused it basically. Basically saying that clubs are welcome to do their work for charity, whatever, as long as it complies with the guidelines. I'm thinking, how is wearing an away kit like messing that up? But it's a mazza. Yeah, Premier League's funny, boy. Pick and choose. But yeah, next thing before we move on is Jeff Stelling leaving Soccer Saturday.
Know what? Yeah, legend
in the game, you know.
Legend in the game, bro.
Yeah, legend in the game.
Yeah, man, the Hartlepool Donny, innit? Loves Hartlepool, man.
You know what? When I think of Soccer Saturday, I think of Jeff
Who's
Stelling.
leading it though? Because I'll tell you who it's not leading. Clinton Morrison.
Big up Clinton.
Hendry. Stephen Hendry.
Definitely not Stephen Hendry.
Like, who else is there?
Who is it now?
There's some dead bodies. The Great Fathers on there? Jobs on there?
No, it's Paul Merson.
Paul Merson, dead. No, I can't leave that.
Yeah, they changed up the mandem.
They need a character, boy.
Yeah, they changed up the mandem because they had an overhaul because they got rid of Matt Letitia and then Phil Thompson and them man there. And obviously even that was a bit like rah, but it's worked out well. But now, Jeff Stelling being the main guy, boy.
I think they need a guy that's not some guy that knows punditry, commentary kind of thing, rather than a guy that just knows sport or knows football.
Yeah. And it's the charisma as well, isn't it? What you get at Jeff Stelling, like he's funny. Yeah, it's all like Ali McQuest. To be fair, he could do a little thing. But yeah, man, Jeff Stelling, that's the end of an era, boy. The man's been doing it for donkeys.
Boy, I'd love to see when it all started, how it's changed, like the viewing of it has changed.
Well, even if you look at that, you know, the Cammy clip. If you look at the setup then compared to what it is, it's completely different.
I'm sure it had like a little silver outline on some of the things.
It's mad. But yeah, let's jump in, man. Let's jump into the weekend action. First place I want to start is West Ham, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Boy, so Liverpool's obviously unbeaten run ended and that. Done though. There's only one golden Premier League out there. Just saying. This was a good game, you know. Good game, ebbed and flowed. I want to give West Ham the credit, but I want to look at Liverpool for me. And the reason why is because I look at the West Ham were through a few times. They cut through Liverpool a few times. And I'm looking at the Liverpool side that won the league. They weren't getting cut through like that. They weren't getting cut through like that. I don't know if Van Dijk's fully recovered or whatever, but they don't look as defensively solid.
Sometimes it's not always physical, sometimes it's mental, isn't it? But
yeah, and what personally, I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the legs in midfield. And I think to myself, you know what? Well, you take out Wijnaldum and them men out the midfield.
Wijnaldum.
Bro,
baller.
Liverpool used to sit on you aggressive. Now you look at it, you're thinking you get through, the line's a bit deeper. I mean, if you look at the goal that Fornal scored, bro, I see Van Dam getting onto Trent, but I'm looking at thinking, wow, Matip, you saw Matip. Rather than get back, man jumps in and leaves it on a 1v1 thing. I'm thinking,
I'm just waiting for. I don't see cynical fouls anymore in positions, certain positions, I'm thinking, just bust a man up, man. Just take a yellow card. Don't let him counter you like that. That you're going backwards and stuff. But
so I look at Liverpool and I think to myself, that's why people talk about them winning the league and that. I think defensively that's what's going to let them down.
League's open.
It's open. It's definitely open. And if we're talking the league, I mean, West Ham are third now. Level on points of City, 3 points off top.
West Ham are on job, man. They deserve any flowers. They deserve flowers.
Yeah, I mean,
And also, do you know what it is as well? Though? It's the resilience though. You lost off Bonner, and you think things might change because they've been able to keep the same 11, whatever it looks like, and then.
But this is what I'm saying though. I think like obviously we talk about their squad depth and rightly so, but if you look at it, there's been games where you take out like we see Bonner come out, Dawson in. You flip in. They played games.
He had a stormer, you know.
Yeah, he's been playing well. You look at there's a few games you talk about. Oh, what if Antonio's out? They play Bowen through the middle and they still won games.
Yeah.
4 hours on smoke up top. I look at West Ham now and I think they're a very, very decent outfit. The guy that I look at and think, right, if he comes out, it's a bit of a mazza, is Declan Rice. Yeah. Because Declan Rice in there, it's funny because he played in there with Souček last season.
Yeah.
But it's like now he's been given more freedom to get forward. Because if you remember, Souček was the guy last year getting the goals and whatever. Now Souček's holding a bit and freeing up Declan Rice. Yeah. And what you're seeing is his quality on the ball. Always come.
Souček reminds me of that man. Football crazy,
chocolate man.
You know the the big heads. That's all funny, bro. That's Souček, bro. Bare skinny and that he had a big head. Bro.
Yeah, but you know, man, like Souček, he's a warrior. You need that man in the centre of your midfield. He's a warrior. Like, you know what I mean? So I look at, and again, credit to David Moyes because they've got a way of playing that works for them, and it's working. Everyone knows their job. You know what I mean? The spirits are high there. Zuma scored his first goal. Set piece, Kings at the minute.
Yeah, I see him carrying a few times in that game. He carries it forward a bit more.
Zuma, to be fair, for me, I've always rated Zuma. I thought quality defender. It's just unfortunate at Chelsea.
There's other good defenders around
there, but great coup for West Ham. Great coup for West Ham.
Yeah, the signing was really good to be fair.
Fantastic, yeah.
It was really good that he took the leap to think, actually, you know what, okay, man, might not be as prestigious as Chelsea, but this club could be going somewhere.
I'm not gonna lie, I think he just settled in London, but got man just thought, you know what. But still, yeah, you're right. It is a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Because you're going there, you're leaving Chelsea and Tuchel to go to West Ham and David Moyes on paper, but it's worked out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worked out, man. Exactly. West Ham look a very good outfit at the minute, and everyone's playing above their level. Jared Bowen and them, man. Yeah, he's got the most. Fornals playing well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look at a game where Antonio didn't score, but they scored 3 goals, so they're not solely reliant on my man. Yeah, man. The Creswell tackle, do you think that was a red card?
That's fair, yeah.
Because you know what?
It
is wrecky a bit, but my thing is though, and I don't know if it's changed as much. For me, he goes in, he steps on top of the ball, which is why he's out of control, which is nothing really he can really do about it.
But to be fair, if you go over the ball, there's still a red card in it.
I get it, but he's come down on the ball, innit?
I know.
And then he's, you know what I mean? It's still wrecky. You couldn't argue a red card.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could kind of understand.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, man.
Because it's not like he's coming at level. He's gone down and the ball's, he's lost control on the ball.
For me, it's red, innit? But I guess if you're trying to climb, if you're trying to be better than you was last season, you need the luck.
Yeah, I hear
that luck, man.
And the Alisson one, the first one, the corner.
Yeah.
Is that a foul?
Do you know what? All this goalkeeper softness, I'm not into
it.
I'm not into it, man.
Be strong.
Be strong.
Yeah.
And also, these keepers are bigger than the strikers these days. So when you're doing all this weak stuff, you're 6'5", big man.
Bro, this is what I was saying to you the other day, about even with the fouls, where man them are playing for the foul rather than trying to play the ball and get fouled.
Yeah.
If you go to actually punch the ball there, and you, man, okay, cool. But you're feeling a little touch and that, and you're trying to do the.
As I say, you punch the ball, and you get there before the man, and you collide there with the man. No doubt, you probably get the free kick anyway.
Yeah.
But secondly, the ball's gone. But when you're doing the whole,
this is what I'm saying, and this is why I was glad, because nowadays, man, them play games. It's like, I'm gonna get the free kick. Whereas back in the day, your main priority was to get that ball out.
Yeah.
And the only way you're not getting it is a man actually has to foul you physically. Now it's like, I felt contact, and he pulled my arm, and bro, you should still, even if a man's gone like this, you should still punch. You're a keeper, fam. You know what I mean?
That, man. You go through that.
So I was glad to see that goal given.
Yeah.
Big 3 points to West Ham. Like I said, 3 points off top.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how far they can keep going. But obviously, it's early days. But they've not been affected so far by the Thursday-Sunday split, which a lot of teams have been. So.
And I thought they probably would struggle with the depth. Yeah, big up them, man.
No, big them up, man. Big them up. Let's move though. Boys, so the next game, Ollie's car. Ollie's at the wheel on that. United 0, City 2.
Yeah, it's like a woman driving.
You
know what, drive that 4x4, yeah? Oh, God.
Nah, Ollie's one of them Ilford drivers, boy. He moved. Yeah, this one, you know what? You look at it, they scored, Bailly scored their own goal early on. and it's always going to be uphill
That was
from
sloppy,
there.
fam. Do you know what kills me? Yeah, it's Roy Keane, man. That guy is too real, man. That guy's too real. Too real.
Yeah, Keane kills me. He does kill me.
And him and Michael Richards kill me as a partnership, but Keane kills me, man.
I just think, you know what
He's real though.
Yeah, he's real with it. I think with United, what you're seeing now is you're seeing the level of tactics from the managers.
Yeah.
The teams were worlds apart because the gaffers are worlds apart. Oli can't, I mean, Oli, he has beaten Pep in the past, innit? He's done well in the counter-attacking team. But tactically, Oli's not on the level of these top managers, isn't it, really?
Of course not.
And you look at them, they probably had a game plan, went down early, and the game plan's gone out the window.
But the game plan was exactly the same as Tottenham. 3-4-1-2.
Yeah,
It's just...
yeah. And my issue with United now is when you go a goal down, okay, what adaptations can you make in the game? There's none. They just look disjointed, everything's all over the place. Yeah, it just looks all over the place. The second goal they conceded was poor. The Cancelo cross, Bernardo Silva backstick. No pressure on the guy crossing the ball.
And to be fair,
your centre backs and man.
De Gea saved you from it being more embarrassing. That first half especially.
Yeah, for real. Man made a bag of saves.
It was like old school De Gea.
Yeah. He's been alright recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just look. The team just lacks direction. And when I hear them coming out saying that they're backing him to the end of the season, and that
they don't want to run for Oli, man. You can see it, man. And especially in midfield, the legs. They have no legs for Oli, man.
And do you know, I agree with that, but my counter argument to that is, are they running for Oli though? You play for Man United, you're wearing the badge. I get it, you might not rate the man, but
but I
do you know what I mean? But it's almost for the fans, the club, that you know.
Yeah, but they're like.
I get it. If your manager's dead, it's going to affect your motivation. That it is. Because even at work,
you know what it's like these days here. The players that work for managers out. It's not that. You know what I'm saying? They're not like the players ain't working for the manager. Actually, you're wrong. See you later. You know what I'm saying?
But what the thing in this case is, they seem to be backing my man. Like they seem to be backing my man. You look at the man getting sacked now, and you're thinking, "Wow, Ollie's caught life.
Ollie's catching life.
He's caught life." Yeah. And I think there is a sentiment involved with Ollie, innit? Club legend.
Of course it is.
Winning Champions League final. Of course it is. Do you know what I mean? Because
certain men have done less and lost their job.
And when you realistically, any Man United fan that tries to talk up Ollie, you know his credentials ain't there. There's no backing for him. You know what I mean? He done a good job. To be honest with you, had he taken you up to the start of this season, and then he went off his way, you look at the job he's done, and I'd say to myself, you know what? You finished second last year.
Stability.
You brought the stability. You'd rate his job, innit? It's really the last couple of months that have affected his stock. Because
but even at second place though, bro, he was always questioning his tactics.
You are
being a tactician.
But if he walked off at second place, you're looking at thinking. But for me, I just don't think he was never the guy that's going to challenge these guys for the league.
But also, you're never going to walk off after you finish the team in second, innit? You're never going to bust out.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20, innit? But realistically, was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going to go up against the likes of the manager we've got in the league and win it?
And that's why, when the Lampard thing said, I said, listen, if he wins the league, I'll wear a Chelsea shirt Lampard because no matter what, it's not about name, you're right.
Yeah.
But it also matters, them guys that have a name have done something to get that name. And it's not just about the personnel, it's being technically and tactically
100%.
aware of what's going on at that time.
And it's one thing playing well at a particular point in the season when the sun's out and whatever. It's can you do it over 38 games consistently enough to win the league?
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not. So I'm not saying Ole like for not winning the league and that, but I look at the direction, the way he tries to play. I don't know what United are trying to do when I watch them playing it. Really, it just does seem like inshallah football.
Inshallah.
Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, big up City. Obviously gone to United, gone to City, done their thing. For me, I'm looking at it. I said at the beginning, Chelsea and City for the league.
Yeah, 1-6-1.
Yeah, City.
Come on, City.
Yeah, I see. Man, I said to my boy the other day, Chelsea fan. He's telling me that he's more worried about Liverpool than City, and I was like, well, okay, I hear that, but I don't know. You can't write off City because they ain't got the killer number 9.
And also, I'm still looking at City wipe the floor of you that last year Premier League, man. Listen, when City are on job, they're on job.
Bear in mind what his number 9 thing, but realistically, did they have a number 9? I mean, I know Aguero was there, but was Aguero there every game?
Fit,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't have the number 9 last year, and they won it. So
I'm always fearful of Man City, bro.
Yeah, man, you can't not be fearful of them.
Yeah.
But let's move though. Chelsea won, Burnley won.
Love that.
Boy,
love to see
Mazza. This was a Mazza.
You was ripping off Burnley a few weeks ago, you know.
I was.
Relegation, irritating.
Yeah. And don't get twisted.
Nah,
Burnley's still in that for me.
Nah, Sean Dyche's men, fam.
I
Sean
hear
Dyche's
that.
men plus finesse. Like, it's just.
They got, to be
AK
fair,
Cornet.
Cornet's bought the finesse, innit? Cornet's bought the finesse. And it'll be interesting if he stays fit and on his team all season. Yeah, maybe I have to take it back in it. But for now, I'm still sticking with it. But
they've gone from like one directional football, to now we can do tiki taka around Monte Corne.
Corne is literally like the ringer you bring in at Sunday League, innit? You got a bag of average man and then one guy that's been doing around the world and flick overs and that. He's that guy, innit? And to be fair, it's working for them. That's the best. Don't get twisted. To go to Stamford Bridge, especially right now, and come away with a point, it's a big result. Obviously, Chelsea wasted a lot of chances that game. They had a bag of chances, and you're wondering whether, you know, Lukaku can fit his bag in. But credit to Burnley, innit? Credit to Burnley. They played well. I was actually surprised to see them on the front foot a bit at times in the game as well. Obviously, they scored the goal, and then Vidra had a chance at the end to win it. You know what I mean?
Championship man.
Yeah. But interesting to see Ross Barkley starting.
Yeah, I've seen that he's busting this rotational kind of thing with a certain man like Ruben and Ross. I can't remember their first name like I know them. Ross Barkley and that.
Right time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But obviously it didn't pay out for the minute at the end of the day. But everyone has them games, man, where the ball just don't go in the back of the net enough to beat these teams. And fair play to Burnley, man. And Sean Dyche does it again, innit? He gets his team look like they're struggling, and next minute he pulls it out of the bag and they get fucking 7 points out of 9 or whatever it was.
And that's why I think it's important to give Burnley the credit here rather than rip Chelsea, because Chelsea played alright. They played well, but Burnley, they done their thing. They hung in there, and you know in the Prem, as long as it's 1-0, you've got a chance in it. So yeah, interesting. that top of the table is tightening up, boy. It's crazy.
And I'll tell you who else is tight up there too, boy. The boys.
We'll get to that still. That's mad. Who'd have thought, innit?
Who'd have thought, man? You man, see, you man, that was guarding us, boy.
Yeah. We'll touch on the table shortly.
We talk too much though, innit?
The next game, the Palace revival, the Palace ship goes sailing on, boy. 2-0 at home to Wolves.
But I'm calling this Vieira Town.
Vieira Town, yeah.
Because don't know what Vieira's done, over the last 3-4 months, 5 months maybe. It's a madness. And who would have thought, looking at his time at Nice, that he would have done this with the Crystal Palace team that Roy Hodgson left behind, and the amount of guys he got rid of. Okay, he's brought man in, don't get it wrong, but who would have thought like they would be doing what they're doing? Playing attractive football, and winning games that shouldn't be, like keeping clean sheets, dominating possession against the big 6 or big 8, whatever that looks like. It's mad.
So, this goes to show that sometimes you just need the right club to show your skills. So we're going back to what we were saying earlier about Lampard and Gerrard and them, man. Maybe just taking the opportunity and leaping at it is the way to go, because like you said, before Vieira came to Palace, who would have thought that this is what he'd be doing when you looked at his time at Nice? You know what I mean? So yeah, but now big up Vieira, man. I mean, Wolves have been on a good little run recently as well. 2 goals.
I had this as a draw.
To
be honest, but
I did think Palace just because I think they've been playing well, but to keep the clean sheet as well, that's also big. Gives the team confidence. It's mad. It's actually mad.
But Gallagher, talk about Gallagher really. Really running the things for them. With Zaha now, I feel like the weight's off Zaha a bit more than what it has been. Where it was Zaha FC, now I feel like there's a few young men that could do the running for him as well. Edouard now finishing.
Even Benteke can bag a couple of goals this season now. He's got man, you know what I mean?
So that man, I don't know what he's been doing, because man was getting the Belgium squad after scoring 3 goals in 55 games.
I know. It's just
so big up him.
The head and abilities, the man's in it. But yeah, big win for Palace, man, and obviously they've gone unbeaten for a few games now.
Pressure on Wolves or not really? Still good. I know Panna's not here, but Panna's got to self-isolate after going on a holiday and that. But he was calling Wolves as relegation.
I don't see that. I think with Wolves now, they've got Raul Jimenez come back to form and whatnot. They've got enough to be. I don't see them doing anything spectacular. But mid-table, I think, they've got that. And to be fair, with the quality in the league now, it's not a bad position to be in. Let's move though to the next game. Brentford 1, Norwich 2. Norwich get their first win of the season and obviously sacked the gaffer. Didn't see this one coming at all. To be honest with you. Norwich could have been 3-0 up before. I mean, they were 2-0 up at half time. Pookie missed a good chance to make it 3-0. Could have killed the game off from early. Interesting. I mean, you said it was premeditated with the manager getting sacked.
Of course it is. Always is.
But Norwich looked alright this game. Like they actually played. I mean, they were hanging on towards the end, which is natural when they conceded a goal. Brentford had a goal disallowed for offside as well. But yeah, Norwich looked. They were popping the ball. They were on top first half, and the Brentford revival was always going to be on the second half. But yeah, they haven't got the 3 points.
I call Brentford for relegation this year, and the last few games are kind of showing that.
Yeah.
And I think if your main bagsman's not bagging, and you need it most,
Yeah.
it's always going to be tough, man. But
yeah,
credit to Norwich, man, because they looked like they were paying.
And they got popped 7-0 the week before and come back and get a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
They've had some close calls, to be fair.
They have. And for
they're not
me,
drawn to Leeds. Drawn to Leeds, no?
They've just 2 draws. Oh no, they lost to Leeds.
Lost to Leeds, but they're tired.
So that's what I'm saying. So the manager, in his defence, would argue that, yo, this is the start of the revival. We've got the confidence up. So that's why I think this timing's a bit dumb to sack him, because they got their first win.
It's always done before, though, innit?
Yeah, I thought this is a good time to give a little run of games, go on and get some points. But then the flip side is, if you look at they were looking at his last 20 Premier League games, obviously from the last time in the Premier.
Yeah.
This is his first win in like 20 odd games in the Premier. So, so slightly, you know what I mean? Maybe the writing was on the wall with that one. But big them up for their first 3 points. They came off the bottom temporarily, but Newcastle have leapfrogged them. But they're level on points with Newcastle. So we look at it, all the smoke we've been giving Norwich, and Newcastle, these billionaire, whatever, they're on the same points.
Yeah, but we kind of knew about Newcastle and
we'll touch on Newcastle still, but yeah, good win for Norwich. Let's see where they go from here, innit? Well, we kind of know the championship, but we move. Boys, the boys.
To a place I belong. Championship.
I was going to say I don't know the rest of the words now. I'm going to start humming out the thing. But let's move though. So next game, the boys, Arsenal 1, Watford 0. Look, 3 points, what we wanted. Before I even pass over to you, Aubameyang captain, debut, captain my guy, splashed the points on him to have to swap out Lukaku. -4 points, bro. Disaster class. This guy was doing the most to flop it is, bro. If you actually look at Aubameyang's game, bro, he missed a pen, he got booked. The Saka disallowed goal when the ball comes, he's taking a dead touch even though he was onside and Saka's put it offside. Then he robs a goal off Odegaard and he's offside. Odegaard's shot's going in, man dives for it, clips his toenail and he's offside. Bro, this guy had a disaster, but what did you make of the game?
You got to win, when things ain't going right, innit? I think that's the key thing. I'm not gonna lie, we ran it with a bit of shithousery, but boy.
You think that was shithousery though?
I think it is, man. I think if you kick the ball, like ball gets kicked out, and you're supposed to kick it back. But you know what it is, these men aren't injured half the time.
No, this is my thing.
So I lose sympathy, but at the same time.
This is my thing, and I get that. Kick the ball back, kick a man. But these days, you can flick a man with your nail and it's going down, rolling, holding his head. So why am I kicking the ball back to you when you weren't injured?
And that's the problem, innit? I find is that you live by the sword, you die by the sword for me. And there needs to be more repercussions with the guys that are going down like a sack of shit when you've been touched or someone's breathed on you. For real. It's not enough. So at the same time, it's shit house you because I think there's a lack of sportsmanship in that play. At the same time, I'm thinking, good. You know, so I just goes, good, because you deserved it, because don't do them things and then get up and play football again.
Nah, for real, it's annoying. So that's why do you know what? Arteta's interview was good for me because he said that in the past, we've been naive. We've been soft and whatever. Whereas now, these are the kind of things where, listen, bro, we've got to get the 3 points. And for me, sitting here, you might call it a bit of shithousery in that, but I'd rather that and have the 3 points than we gave the ball back sportingly and drew 0-0. But
we deserve to win the game. When I look at like what happened throughout the game, we deserve to win the game. Now, sometimes you've got to do the ugly, innit? And I'm glad we're starting to do that because we need to keep the consistency going on, especially going into the game of the weekend.
Next weekend,
Sorry, next weekend after international. So, but boy, there's not really much to discuss. Like, we won the game.
You should have scored a few more goals.
But
that game could have easily been a 3-4.
Ranieri is always going to talk stick in it because his team's struggling. Like you're always going to talk stick about it.
And I think he's got. No, you're right. I think he's got a bit of a reason to be annoyed. You'd be annoyed if
that was weak, man.
If that happened against you.
That was.
But at the same, that's mad. But at the same time, from our perspective, I'm glad that we got the 3 points in there.
Of course, I couldn't give a fuck about Watford.
Real talk. Let's move though. In fact, before we move, we're talking about the table. It's interesting how it's tightened up because who would have thought Arsenal
above United?
well, above United. I wasn't even going to mention them, man. There, but yeah,
No, I'm going to mention United because United's put stick on us.
Talking smoke.
Yeah.
6 points off top.
And Tottenham guys as well. No, Tottenham were the worst, to be fair. You know, United went there. Tottenham were the worst.
You know, for me, the reason I'm not coming too much smoke here is I know the season can ebb and flow in it. So
and they got content now.
But
it's different now.
For me, you're looking at it thinking, right, from where we were to be 6 points off top, 2 points off top 4, you got to big up Arteta.
No, I do big up Arteta, but at the same time, I'm still sceptical, and I will stand by being sceptical around him and if he's the right guy to take us forward. Because I think to do so, you need to make sure there's Europa League next year in it. That's my opinion.
Okay, yeah, for real. Because obviously, if you don't get Europa League this season and we don't sign no man, there's been no benefit of being outside of Europe. So
there you go.
There has to be some sort of unit. And to be fair, you finished 8th 2 years in a row. I think he's under pressure to finish higher than that. You have to finish because no matter how good we're talking, you finish his first season in 8th. You look at it as an Arsenal manager. You can show me all the records, first 100 games, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 3 seasons, 8th. That's saying to me you're 8th, man.
Yeah.
So we move in it. Yeah. But yeah, for now, it's good and we'll take it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trust.
Boy, next game, Leeds, there's a couple of draws coming up actually. So Leeds, Leicester being the first one.
Yeah.
Leeds, boy, I mean they beat Norwich, but apart from that, they can't buy a win in the league in a minute.
But do they deserve to buy a win though when they ain't bought 9? For me, that's.
I think they
have to keep reinvesting though, man.
There's that, and also they're missing their number 9.
Bro, but if you're not gonna put real money into your savings account, don't expect the interest in it. And that's how I see it here. If you're not gonna reinvest in your club, then don't expect them to win games and do their thing.
I hear that.
Like that's for me though. It's true though.
I hear that.
Like, what's the point of me? Imagine, I'm putting £200 a month in whatever it looks like. I'm getting my 1.5%.
Yeah.
But these times, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put £1 in a month. I'm still putting some savings in as £1, and I'm expecting the same as I was getting for 100.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it for me, 200. That's how I look at it because you can't have the same squad and do the same thing.
Losing your main striker is like them unexpected bank charges that shake the savings.
But big man, you've not saved. If
we're talking about savings and that, you're talking about saving up and that.
Yeah.
And then you get a bank charge on there.
Yeah.
Bro, that's peak, isn't it?
The bank charge is charging you because you're being tight. This is we see you're earning this much.
Yeah,
you're only putting this much in the bank.
I hear that. Point I'm making is
no, I hear
they didn't invest, and so you couldn't really expect them to kick on from where they did finish last season. But having said that,
no, you're right.
They've been unfortunate to have lost their striker for as long as they have.
But tough going, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Premier League football.
I hear that. It's ruthless, for real. You're signing Dan James
and spending money on Dan James.
Bro, you might as well have gone down to the local flipping sprinters track and got a man for half the P.
I mean, I could have got Nate for you. Or Fred. You know what I mean? To do the same job.
Yeah, for real. Because Dan James, for me, I don't know, man. Maybe he has. I don't see him enough. But for me, he's got no tech. No tech.
I'm saying that, but big up Nate and Fred. I know you're not ballers, but you're still sprinters still.
Yeah, I hear that. But this sounding like the Welsh Walcott player. Like,
I think you disrespected Walcott though with that one.
Nah, Walcott was that guy, bro. In fact, Walcott was worse than James. I'll tell you why, Because at least James, utilises his pace. He knows he'll kick and run. Walcott, has got all the pace to burn, and he's turning back and giving Sagna. Bro, go to the byline, man. This guy's annoying me. This guy will be up against the slowest guy and he's turning back to pass back. At least Dan James knows he runs out of pitch.
This guy will be against Rory Delapia. I pass it backwards to Sagna.
And the Sagna's there. What do you want me to do with it, man? I gave it to you. Yo, I still feel the frustration. Walcott used to annoy me. The ball goes out wide to him, and man's cutting back in. Go down the line, bloke. That's your one strength. Yeah, but still, James, that being your marquee signing, it's always going to be peaking it.
My quickest question mark, and right at the beginning, I was like, Rafinha needs more goals. This guy's bringing it this year, you know?
Yeah.
He's bringing the goals this year. And I think when you're needed most, striker's not there. You're delivering it, and I rate that. I do rate that.
What about man like Jack Harris? I was looking at him thinking, right, he's the ball, but he's still a bit quiet. Yeah, the top knot. Oh, he's got a trim.
He's got a trim now, yeah.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, the top knot.
He's one though.
Yeah.
He missed one from about 3 yards out.
Oh, okay.
Didn't react. Do you see it?
Nah.
Cross comes in. Header from Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips, what's with Calvin Phillips in a minute? And he didn't react quick enough and hits his knee and goes over, but 3 yards out, innit?
Yeah.
But Calvin Phillips though.
Bro, Calvin Phillips, I watched the game against Norwich, and he was poor. Literally, and I've been a Calvin Phillips fan from Baydot, like the passes he was spraying, he just looked all I don't know what he was on. Like normally his passing his game, he's giving some dead passes. Like I'm knocking a long ball to you, but you're having to run 5 yards back to go receive it, and all them ones there. It's like, I didn't see what it was like against Leicester, innit? But he was poor.
Nah, he's just obviously not been the bright spot that we come and saw in the Euros.
Yeah.
It's tough though, isn't it? It's tough when you're a young guy and he's carrying weight there. He's carrying weight.
He's carrying weight. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I put 170 on my back right now, I'm struggling to move, innit? So
your knees are buckling, but don't guess.
Yeah, the knees. I got a tendonitis in the knee. I got a tendonitis in the Achilles, the hamstring, the calf strain is already in place because I'm compensating.
No, you wasn't squatting 170 fully fit, but man.
No. I wasn't saying squatting, bro. I was just saying moving, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. The farmer's walks or something, bro. Yeah. I wasn't saying squatting, bro. Yeah.
Yo, man, try to bump up the numbers.
What are you giving me though? 140? 130?
Yeah, 130.
I'll take 130.
Yeah.
I got a leggy guy, you know. I'm a leggy guy, fam. You know what I'm saying?
I think,
I've seen some of these defenders in the Premier League definitely not scoring 130, boy. Looking meaty,
but yeah, who scored for Leicester? I don't really...
Harvey Barnes, bro. Do you see what happened?
Nah.
Rafinha scores off the free kick. Kick off, goes up. Harvey Barnes cuts in off the left, bangs it top bin.
That's his got.
Yeah. Bangs it top bin, sir. But I'm talking about like straight after.
Yeah. He's a man that, to be fair, if he wasn't hampered by the injury last season, he should have been looking at the England fold now.
James Justin as well.
Yeah.
He's
still out?
Big still out, you know. Them guys there,
them man there. You forget
they
about
had the depth in that.
Yeah. But they'll come again.
Fofana's obviously still out. Barnes just come back in. Guys are all bright and still out injured. Who's like he's the Mr. Reliable, innit, kind of guy.
Leicester though, Brendan Rodgers actually been linked to United job. Apparently, I don't know how true these reports are.
Yeah.
That Man United are pushing for him, but obviously he wants to see out the season with Leicester. So the odds have got slashed from 4-1 to 5-6.
You see the difference here when it was linked to Arsenal. Yeah, man's like, oh, I'm not going to Arsenal for you. Now it's United, man's like, I want to see the season out.
Yeah. Obviously, them man have got the finances in that. Yeah. To be fair, a man like Rodgers...
He's done a good job everywhere he's been, man. He's done a good job everywhere he's been.
I'll be real, all bias aside, I think Rodgers is a good fit, would be a good manager.
Because Swansea, innit?
Yeah, he's going to play a good brand of football. If Man United had a manager that plays a good style of football, with the man they got there, you never know.
He knows how to manage. So,
you know what I'm saying?
That's part of the job, innit?
Yeah, so I think that'd be a good fit. But we'll watch your space with that one, boy.
Yeah. There's not too much to talk about that really though, innit? Like, I was a bit disappointed in the quality like that. But like Vardy, I thought Tielemans had a bit of a chance as well.
I keep saying it with Leicester about the
Did they go back to a one up top? I feel like they did, you know. I feel like they go back to a one up top.
I remember this game.
Was they went? Yeah.
But let's move though. Next game I want to look at is
Leicester move. Jeez. Why is it that?
Ball draw. Everton 0, Spurs 0. Obviously, Antonio Conte, first league game in charge. I guess the positive is a clean sheet.
Yeah, I think that's what he said, isn't it? That's what he said.
Yeah, but for me, I mean, I look at it thinking, that's the positive. Another game, Harry Kane ain't scored.
I'm looking at Everton, who's been poor last
they're missing Everton. They're missing a man there.
Calvert-Lewin.
They were awarded a penalty. It was overturned by VAR.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I think Conte, he needs. Got to give him a few games, innit? Really.
Yeah, he needs time.
Benitez is struggling at the minute with the injuries.
Is Tottenham a poison chalice? That's the question.
For me, it has to be a poison chalice. Because for all the man that they've been linked to, the man they've had there, and whatever, you man can only sing about the Carling Cup. It wasn't even called the Carling Cup.
One day Ramos. That's
the one trophy.
In 2007?
Look at the conversation that that Tottenham are pushing themselves up in.
Yeah.
We finished right.
Yeah.
Bro, you can't be a big club and your last trophy was 13 years ago, and it's not even like you're talking like a cup. Yeah. You're talking the Carabao.
Is that guy still managing? Like on the road?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like Carabao Cup, or Carling Cup, and the trophy before that, Worthington.
That's like what they remind me of is when you get like man like Robbie Savage in the studio, and they tell you got all these men like Rio and that, won the Champions League, whatever, and then Robbie Savage played in the Worthington Cup twice, like that's Spurs, man.
It comes to believe in it.
Man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Made the Worthington Cup semi-finals, like bro, that's Spurs. Big man thing.
Man said Tottenham and the Robbie Savage of commentary.
Big man thing they are, bro. Like, I look at it, I think Conte is a top manager innit? And he's in his prime and whatever. But let's be real, Mourinho went there, couldn't do nothing. And again, we said it.
Yeah.
Spurs, are they backing Conte to the point where he's going to get what he
Well,
wants?
I'm saying, bring back Harry Redknapp. Bring back Harry Redknapp for them, man.
Why?
Because he man will get Luwata and
Get the gang back to the crouch
Nico
and the
back
pole and that.
yeah. And they'll get more goals, man. They'll get more goals.
Hey, man, like
Crenshaw, yeah. They get all of them.
Wait, let's move on. So, Brighton, Newcastle. It's 1-1 this game was.
But I've got to be disappointed, man.
Have to be. Because, and they made the good start to the season. We're talking about, and I get it, again, Welbeck's injured, Mope, the goals are dried up. But the first half, you look at this game thinking, right, Brighton should be slapping them. It's only 1-0. We said only 1-0 in the Prem's dangerous. Second half, Newcastle come back into it a bit. Like, manager must have got into them. They also had Eddie Howe in the stands watching. And it was a different game. But I think Brighton should have killed the game on first half.
Lost 2 points. I think the lack of depth is showing for Brighton and the lack of investment they get to fund him. But you know what? Trust us to step it up, So he's obviously always in the Belgium squad. Doesn't start.
What do you make of that pen? Because I sit on the fence with this one, because that point again I make of these days, a foul isn't because a man stopped you, it's because you decided that
I feel like we need a rule change, innit? I feel like there needs to be a rule change. I feel like you have to, like, especially as an attacker, there needs to be intent to go score rather than intent to be fouled.
What they're looking at is the contact enough to make you go down?
Yeah.
That's what they're looking at.
Yeah.
But how can it be enough to make you go down if you take another step afterwards, fully stable, and then go down? That wasn't enough to make you go down, innit? Like, you still had your balance in that.
I same with the shirt thing. See this year.
Yeah.
It's a shirt. It's material.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I know this man grips your Gucci thing, the Gucci tee in the club. Are you ready to find someone rather than dropping it on the floor? So which is it?
And
the Balmain and all the moment behind the touch. You're ready to switch her.
Because if a man pulls your thing like that, you're dropping, bro. Like
no.
But this is what I say about playing for goals or playing for the pen. And I don't agree with the playing for the pen.
And that's the thing, because you can't manage someone's. I know you can manage it, to be fair. Just grow a pair of balls. As referees, as assistant referees, as VAR referees, etc. But at the same time, I think you have to intend to play the ball, intend to go score the goal, rather than intend to just draw the foul.
Or realise that you're not going to get to the ball, so he touched me, I'm going to go
down.
So I mean, I get it.
Or you kick the ball to the left, get fouled, and then the goal's to the right.
Don't get me wrong, it was a bit of a silly challenge from Kieran Clark, innit? It is.
It is.
But I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me seeing Mandem getting a bit of contact and throwing yourself down after taking another step and realising that your touch is too shit to do your team. It's not enough. So but interesting. I mean, Isaac Hayden, second half, good little finish there for Newcastle.
I don't know how this Donny
he's.
I don't know, but listen, big up him though.
Yeah, big him up.
I didn't think he was all that, but
be interesting how long he lasts into this Newcastle revival team.
Yeah. But he's been in and about their team for a while though. So
yeah, for real. One thing I find interesting with this game is obviously the keeper got sent off. So you see the Callum Wilson one through on goal. When I first saw it, I thought,
Sanchez.
But then I looked at it back and I thought, you know what? Even that little touch there, he's running that speed. He might have, because obviously if he could stay on his feet, he probably would.
I feel like Callum Wilson would,
Yeah,
I think he likes goals, isn't it? He loves goals.
You probably, from what happened, from where you were to what it led to, you're at a disadvantage because you're throwing an open goal and you're only getting a free kick from, and you're only playing against 10 men for a stoppage time. So. Yeah, I hear that. Like, the keeper took one for the team.
I'm going to rate that though.
And you have to rate it. That's what you said earlier about them little cynical fouls. You have to. It's either that or they go through and you lose the game, innit? Take a ban. But what I didn't get is that the centre-back goes in goal and you've got a free kick from however many yards out and John Joe Shelby's clipping it to the edge of the box. Stick it on the keeper, blood. He's a centre-back. Like... Literally, even if you lick a shot from there, blood, see his handling, he ain't no keeper, bro.
Put it on target,
just slap it. Man, put it out wide.
John Joe Shelby's been off the boil for years. So
time.
I don't know how man still. He ain't getting a new contract.
He's that guy for me with quality, but the game intelligence is
gone now.
Gone. I don't think he ever had it though, because for me, he's always getting them little silly red cards and whatever. And now he's a big man. He's still getting them silly red cards. Decisions he's making now, I'm just like, I don't know.
When your team needs you as well, man.
Yeah, but for me, he's a quality footballer. I'm talking football ability, technical ability, passing range. He's got that. But that's why I think that's why you're at Newcastle, not a bit higher up in it.
And even then, I don't think Newcastle are re-signing you, big man.
You don't think?
Nah, when his contract's done, he's done.
Well, I see the link to Aaron Ramsey in that.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to go there as Aaron Ramsey, man. Come on.
I don't know. Yeah,
I can't go there now. Man.
Yeah, for me, any players. Yeah, I mean, you know, the players are going there just for the money, but
yeah.
Still, if you're going to Newcastle
you
now,
went to Juventus and got your money, man. Like for 2 years, man.
Man.
Do you need that?
Would you take him back at Arsenal?
Nah.
They be needing it. Yeah.
I always say, I do love Aaron Ramsey, man, but don't need him in it. Like, we have to move on now. We can't keep going back.
I hear that.
He ain't Ronaldo in it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you're probably right with moving on. I'm still sitting there thinking, Sam Wilshere on a 6 month. Give a 6 month deal, cuz.
That's the heart. That's the heart. I'm still bring back Wenger from undirected football.
Bro, them Wenger comments are hurting me, bro. Like, man said he gave his best years. Anyway, we move. Last game we'll look at is Southampton Villa. So this is obviously Dean Smith's final game, the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. Yeah. Southampton 1, Villa 0.
Yeah, Adam Armstrong. Lick that in, boy.
Great finish.
Man couldn't move for the shot.
Great finish. To be fair, he missed a couple of chances after that though, but
he's not been clinical in it in the last few games. I find he's not clinical, but you've got to find your feet in the Premiership at the same time, man. Like, you can't get away with it.
And he knows where the goal is, man. Like, you know what I mean? I think.
And if you're gonna do that in teams ones you don't care about, no one's thinking about the chances you miss, man. People care about this goal you scored to win the game, innit?
And if you look at the number 9 he replaced, also Villa, he wasn't even injured. So, boy, good bit of business for Southampton.
Yeah, trust me.
You know what I mean? Because obviously, as good as I rate him slightly.
They said Ings or 25 or something.
Yeah.
And what Adam Armstrong for like 20.
So, and for as good as Ings is, he does spend a lot of time on the flipping. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and obviously, like the gaffer's got sacked now. Your main striker's injured. So, for as good as he is, so now good win for Southampton. I think they found a bit of stability this season. I was a bit sceptical at them coming into the season, to be honest with you, because there wasn't any major investment, like I said. The manager, Hassan Hootel,
he's linked to a job, linked to the Villa job. I'm sure he is.
Is he?
Sure.
Villa. He was on the list, but they're looking at him as a bit of a long shot to get him out of Southampton now.
Yeah, and also I don't know why Aston Villa go for him, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean for him,
I'm not sure.
I would go from Southampton to Villa.
Up.
That's a step up for me. Because what people forget is Villa's actually, obviously we know the stature of the club, big club historically and whatever, but they've got money now as well. They've got money to spend. Look at, I mean, obviously the Grealish money is what they spent recently, but their owners have got P.
Yeah.
So it's a good opportunity for any manager coming in. But Hassan Hootel, he's done a good job at Southampton.
Yeah, just code.
He's another one that I don't really know how to rate him, because the job he's done at Southampton is good, but I look at Southampton as an alright team. I don't see them
kicking on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them playing an exceptional brand of football. I just see them as an effective team for where they are. So I don't know how well he'd do taking a step up. But I guess we never know until he actually does that. But yeah, Dean Smith, obviously we said, again, not great performance from Villa.
Yeah.
The form's been poor.
I was listening to, I don't know if it's TalkSport or Sky Sports at the time, and they're talking about the loss of John Terry, and it's really affected him. It's very hard to tell, isn't it, when it becomes it's an assistant coach or whatever it looks like, but your performance don't live up to what they were, and you start thinking about those small things that you thought was minor details to being big deals.
Because obviously the manager's the guy at the helm, but obviously his team around him is going to be.
Let's be honest though, how much is he really doing in the training ground compared to all the other man there?
So you lose man like that throughout the season, and that it upsets the balance a little bit, innit? So I think definitely that's probably taking its toll. John Terry's not someone we've not even mentioned in terms of any of these jobs. Do you reckon he'd be a good?
Not ready yet, man.
Nah. How do you get ready? What do you think? Start lower down the leagues?
And also, if I'm a black man, I'm not really looking to be playing for my man.
I hear that. I do hear that.
That's always going to be in the back, innit?
I do hear that.
Black man is a mixed race man.
Yeah.
I hear that. Because I'm still questioning what's going on here, and that's me.
And he's not really rectified it too tough. But then the flip side is he's obviously worked with black players at Villa and he's been coaching.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? And that's cool.
But yeah, I hear that still, because he didn't really resolve that one too tough. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
Boy,
they needed Scooby-Doo and the gang, because they were there.
Well, obviously Anton Ferdinand did that documentary And obviously, man
Rio
didn't
was on
want
it.
to talk
Didn't
on
want
it.
to talk on it.
Yes, and then again, that was a chance for you to
Make
put
it
it to
a booty,
bed,
innit?
bury the hatchet. You didn't really do that, so yeah, maybe, innit? Yeah, I hear that. Although he has jumped on Twitter recently, and I've seen a few. He's come on smoke.
Don't rate that though. Don't
He's
rate
come
that.
on smoke.
Don't rate that. You got a team doing that for you, but don't rate that.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that.
Baller, but don't rate that.
Yeah, I hear that. Alright, boom. Let's move on. What? Donkey of the week. Who's the donkey this week? I'm just saying, Ollie's another contender again. Ollie's a contender every week at the minute, boy. It's just too easy.
There's no one else though. There's no one else, big man.
Yeah?
Guys, there's no one else.
I mean, had a couple manager sackings and that.
But even then though, 1-1 a game, and 2 you say it's harsh.
Yeah, true.
So that leaves, and the players weren't that bad. Because when I look at Sanchez, yeah, he's up for player of the week for me.
Yeah.
For what he done for the team.
Yeah.
So Ollie,
I hear that.
shit tactician.
Terrible.
You're still holding on to him out of what he done for off the bench for you, man. Like, you know what I mean? He was a backroom man. He was a backroom rotation man. That's why he should be in your club.
No, I
in
hear
my
that.
opinion, man.
I hear that.
I'm sorry, man. You're a nice guy. You seem like a nice guy, but
Wait, yeah.
nice guys finish last.
You see that he's gone to Norway in the international break as well.
Has he?
Yeah.
He needed that, boy. Hope he's watching this call, which will be Arsenal on Champions League.
Boy, for me, hops of potential just because man come out and excuse thing. Oh, I don't want to sound salty, but it was a foul on Alisson, brother. Just take the L.
Yeah,
take the L, but Alisson should have been stronger. So yeah, clocks of potential donkey for me. Ole, we know. Do you know what though? This is a surprising one. I'm going Aubameyang, lad. I'm sorry, he got away with it because we won.
I said -4 points.
Nah, how can you get -4, blood? I've never even seen that. I didn't even know it was possible, bro. I've got the captain, double points, and you got -4. So now I'm questioning, did he get -2 and it's doubled to -4, or did... see, I don't even know, blood. But from the time you got -4 points, yeah, Aubameyang, blood. The one that killed it for me, okay, you can miss a penalty, that's calm. The Saka thing, you controlled it, miscontrolled it, that's poor. The Odegaard one, blood. You got to know you're standing 2 yards offside to be diving for the ball on the line. So my donkey is Aubameyang still. Is there anyone else that I can? Nah, Aubameyang.
Let's be honest, you'd have gone with, if it wasn't for me, you'd have gone for
Ole as well, yeah. Ole.
Yeah.
But Ole is just the resident donkey these days, like. Do you know what I mean? He's there every week. He's just
the DJ.
Yeah, the resident DJ, boy. It's Ole. You don't need to put his name on the flyer now. Ole's just there, innit? Yeah, Ole's up in
Wednesday
there.
night liquid, he's there.
It's like Ole and who, innit? Yeah. Alright, so player of the week.
This was tough though because it wasn't a great week for players as such to stand out. But before you do the shout out, so I'm going to shout out Conor Gallagher.
Yeah.
Have to. I think he's just been balling out for these men lately.
Yeah.
Balling out. But I'm going to go for Moyes. David Moyes.
Moyes.
Because he's pulling it out of the bag, man.
Yeah.
He's pulling it out of the bag. Like, and when you look at the personnel as well, what he's got there, he's doing the most with that man. And, oh man, it's a 3-2 win against Liverpool, who's title contenders.
Yeah.
At the moment, you man in the Champions League places, it's not just, it has to be Moyes in it. I don't even talk too much about it. It's just Moyes.
Nah, fair. Yeah, big up Moyes, man. He deserves the flowers and more. For me, I'm looking at, obviously, Moyes is obviously a top candidate.
What else you got there?
Sean Dyche, I've got up in there. You've gone to Stamford Bridge, you got the point. For me, Dyche, is there anyone else?
Yeah, Cancelo got a couple assists on the weekend because my fantasy team boosted up.
Cancelo.
He's whipping in the balls.
Vieira again.
Yeah, Vieira.
You know, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, Vieira.
You know, I'm going to go Dyche because you know what? Dyche is a guy that I've corned off.
Yeah.
They're going down and that, but yo, you've gone to Stamford Bridge, potential champions and that. And
he's got an accent, he's got a voice.
Yeah, I like Dyche still. I like Dyche. Now, it's a bit Yeah. My pride, not too much. I can't. You know what I mean? Give a man his flowers and that. So, yeah, Sean Dyche, I'm going to give him donkey. Player of the week.
Managers have got it.
Managers, yeah, for real. Managers week.
Tacticians.
Boy, that leaves nothing more than for us to wrap it up, box it up. You know how it goes.
Canelo.
Yeah, round 11 stoppage and that, come on. But yeah, I'm going to tell you, man, the YouTube subscribe to that. 2 magazines up top. Yep. Keep your eyes peeled for the latest drop. And if you ain't already done so, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We out.